My name is Saro Lasoge. Taking up a Bachelor of Science Information Technology. My hobbies is manood ng anime, maglaro ng online games. One word can describe myself is introvert kasi tahimik ako pag hindi ko kilala yung tao. Pero pag kilala ko yung tao, doon ako matemtan. Nakikita ko yung sarili ko 10 years from now. Nagbabayad ng bills, nagsosustento sa magulang. Yun lang.
I'm Shinjan Ilagos from Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Fun fact about me is, I love to be with my 2 years old sister, the youngest. Kasama ko sa kulitan at sa mga short rides ko. I really love the look of her innocent eyes. It is so peaceful for me. Okay. Well, lahat naman siguro alam na ang hobby ko. Kita naman sa build ng motor ko. But aside from that, I also really love to play basketball. Lalo na pag mga kapatid ko at tito ko ang co-players ko. I'm happy enjoying my space time with them. I will use the word storge, a Greek word that means love between a family. I'm the oldest among the siblings and everyone knows kung gaano ang nasasacrifice ng isang panganay. I'm not complaining. Instead, I'm proud dahil sa naibibigay ko para sa family ko. Even though ako lang to, I'm proud of it. Sa likod ng salitang family, there is always the hidden parts. I'm using storge because I'm a lovable person when it comes to my family. I may not a spoken person, but I know they will see how I act and how I show it.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako si Aaron Joseph G. Mendoza. Kasalukuyan ako nag-aaral ng Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Second year na ako. Fun fact about me is, siguro mahilig ako matulog. Kasi, wala lang, medyo pag wala nang ginagawa, tulog para relax lang. Next naman na hobbies ko is minsan maglaro ng cellphone, pag tinatamad lumabas, pag sinisipag naman lumabas, siguro maligo, mag-hiking, ganun. Kung ano-ano, para lang makapag-relax sa katawan. Pero hindi mawawala yung minsan pag malungkot o kumbaga parang pag napagod. Siyempre, hindi mawawala magkakit yung mga kaibigan na mag-iingat sa kanila.
Hello po, I am Mike Riandanga, taking a bachelor's degree in information technology. Well, fun fact about me is that I really love being surrounded by people that are close to my heart, but I also love having me time for self-reflection and of course self-peace. My hobbies are reading, editing, traveling, and riding on my bike with my classmates and friends. But to be honest, I cannot find my interest at all. I lost all of those since my family doesn't believe in me, so I'm just going out with what God wants me to do. And I think that one word that would best describe me is that I think dalumat. It is a Filipino word that refers to a deep thought, deep reflection, and deep profound understanding of one's experiences and emotions beyond the surface level. And I believe that I am that kind of person who often carries things quietly inside but still continues to move forward because, I try to make sense of everything I go through. Like, even when I feel like I want to choose myself or I want to give up, I still end up reflecting, end up enjoying and understanding my situation in a little way instead of simply letting it break me. And in 10 years, I see myself striving hard to provide and pay everything needed to me. I want to see myself enjoying my life in a way that I could provide finally and let them feel like I finally have a voice for them.
Hello po, I'm Elijah Paula Villanueva, taking a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Well, one fact about me is I easily get overstimulated. That's why I really value people who can make me feel safe and comfortable. I enjoy having peaceful surroundings and spending time with people who can give me genuine comfort. My hobbies are drawing and watching movies. I love expressing myself through art, and watching movies also help me relax. And sometimes, it also inspires me the way I see things in life. I think solitary best describes me. I am someone who enjoys solitude, not because I dislike socializing, but because I find peace and clarity when I'm alone with my thoughts. In 10 years, I see myself as someone who is stable, successful, and genuinely happy with the life I built for myself. I want to become a person who can provide for my needs, achieve my goals, and live peacefully while having or still doing the things I love.
Para sa akin, think before you do. Kasi pag-isipan mo muna bago magawin.
Well, I personally decide based to the possible consequences may have. I am thinking to many possible things that may happen so that I will not regret it to the future.
Ah, siguro para sa akin naman is, sa tama naman siguro siguro sa akin ng pamilya ko nung bata pa. Siyempre, pamilya mo ang tuturo sa'yo, simula naman talaga eh. Kung ano tinuro nilang tama, siyempre yun ang tama, yun ang susundin mo. Kung ano tinuro nilang mali, yun ang hindi mo gagawin kasi mali nga yun. Para sa akin is yung rules ng pamilya ko na parang tinuro nila sa akin yung bata pa. Kapatid ko, bisa ko. Kaya, sa pagtanda siguro dadaling ko din yun. Kasi, siyempre,
Well, I usually decide based on my personal principles, the values I was raised with, and the kind of person I want to become. Of course, I still think about the possible consequences of my actions, especially how they might affect other people. But I believe that doing the right thing should not only depend on whether the outcome is beneficial or not. For me, integrity matters because at the end of the day, you still have to live with your own choices and your own, with its own consequences. And I would rather struggle while doing what I believe is right than feel guilty for choosing what was easier or more convenient for me.
Personally, mas nagre-rely ako sa personal principles ko and sa possible consequences ng actions ko. Siyempre, malaking factor din yung values na tinuro sa atin ng mga magulang natin habang lumalaki. Pero iniisip ko rin kung paano maapektuhan ng ibang tao yung gagawin ko or yung mga decisions na makakaapekto sa kanila bago ako mag-decide.
Sa akin, mahirap sundin paglabag sa loob. Kasi mahirap nga naman gawin yun paglabag sa loob mo.
Following rules and responsibilities are not hard kung ito ay iyong susundin at hindi ko kontrahin dahil ginagawa ito para sa ikakaayos at ikabubuti ng lahat.
responsibilities natin yan. Nasa naman sa kanila. Kung di natin susundin, siyempre tayo mapapagalitan, mapapatawag yung magulang natin. Diba? Bibigyan tayo ng letters. Pero sa experience ko naman doon, ang parang hindi ko masyado nagustuhan, which is yung required sa haircut ng mga lalaki. Albo. Yun. Doon ako parang ayaw ko na pumasok doon sa subject na yan. Or, hindi parang bilang sa lalaki, parang pangit pagkalbo. Kasi yun, hindi ko naman hindi bagay sa akin ng subject. Kaya parang ayaw ko magpagupit ng time na yun. Kaya nagpagupit pa rin ako kasi required. Kasi nga, rules yun ng school. Responsibilities natin. Kasi yun.
And I think rules and responsibilities are important because it helps us being accountable and of course respect for other people. And there are many times when responsibilities feels exhausting, feels unnecessary or emotionally draining, especially when we already have a lot of going on internally. But we have to still try our best to fulfill them because, I believe that they are part of our growth and maturity. We may complain sometimes or feel tired, but I still believe that responsibility should not only be followed when they are convenient. For me, as a student, I always follow rules and responsibilities. That thing builds my real character.
Bilang student, Importante pa rin naman sa akin yung pagsunod sa rules and responsibilities kahit minsan. Kahit minsan inconvenient or nakakapagod, feeling ko kasi discipline rin siya. And nakakatulong pa rin para maging mas responsible tayo at fair sa ibang tao, lalo na sa school environment.
Yung bagay na nagtatrabaho ko sa umaga, tapos pasok sa hapon, pero nababawasan naman yung mismong financial ko kasi nagtatrabaho ako sa umaga, tapos pasok sa hapon. Ang problema nga lang, pag oras na ng klase, doon ako inaantok ganun.
Siguro nung panahon na medyo childish pa ako at piniling magmotor kahit wala pa akong license at hindi rin nagsuot ng helmet dahil hassle pa and last thing happened, ayun, nabigyan ako ng ticket.
Na kailangan naman talaga na tumulong ka sa ibang tao. Kung yung ginawa mo naman pagtulong is galing sa masama o hindi tama, parang masama din yun sa ibang tao. Pero nakatulong ka naman dun sa tinulungan mo. Kaya parang mahirap din sa sitwasyon sa ganyan. Ang masasabi ko lang is siguro neutral ako. Kumbaga, parang kampirin din ako dun sa gumawa ng hindi mabuti para makatulong, or kampirin ako dun sa hindi gumawa ng masama pero hindi rin nakatulong. Kumbaga, ayaw gumawa ng tao ng masama para hindi siya madamay. Kumbaga, neutral din siya.
Well, I understand why some people think that way because there are situations where people become desperate or feel like they have no better option. However, for me, a good outcome does not automatically justify a wrong action. I believe that honesty, integrity, and of course morality should still matter even when nobody is forcing you to follow them. A positive, result may temporarily solve a problem, but it doesn't completely remove the fact that the action itself may still be morally wrong. And in the long run, I think our actions shape who we are as people, which is why I still try to choose what is morally right whenever possible.
Para sa akin, depende sa situation Pero kung hindi porket maganda yung outcome, ay okay na agad gumawa ng mali. Minsan kasi may ibang paraan naman para makatulong without doing something unethical. Importante pa rin kung tama ba talaga ang proseso or hindi lang yung result.
Para sa akin, gagawin ko pa rin yung tama kahit walang nakakakita. Hindi yung gagawa ka lang ng mabuti pag may nakakakita. Yun lang.
Yes, mas pipiliin kong gawin ang tama kahit na walang nakakakita dahil sarili ko na nga lang lolokohin ko pa. Walang makakakita pero ang gumawa at piliin ang tama ay dapat kasanayan dahil yun ang tama.
Pagkain yun, wala may-ari, wala namang nakakakita sa akin. Tapos gutom ako. Siyempre ko yun. Pagkain na yun Ayoko namang magutom. Pero kung pera man yun, wala namang may-ari, wala namang nakakakita sa akin. Wala naman sa wallet. Napulot ko lang. Sa isolation na lugar. Diba? Kukunin mo na yan. May-ari Pero kung may nakakita naman, siyempre nakakita sa akin. Malay mo, alam niya ako siya may-ari or hindi niya alam. Hindi ko pa rin ibibigay kasi para sa akin yun. Diba? Siguro isasabihin ko sa kanya kung alam niya kung kanina yung pera or baka sa kanya. Hindi kung alam niya man yung kung kanina yung pera yun, siyempre bibigay ko na agad kasi hindi naman akin. Masama naman na kunin ko agad yun pero hindi naman akin.
I would still try to choose what is right because my conscience would affect me more than other people's opinions or judgments. Even if nobody else found out what I did, I would still know the truth, and I think that kind of guilt stays with the person. What would influence my decision the most are my personal values, my self-respect, and of course, the kind of person I want to become despite all the struggles I experience in teenage. And I believe that, that true integrity is shown not when the people are watching, but when you still choose to do the right thing even when nobody would know advice.
Oo, pipiliin ko pa rin gawin yung tama kahit walang nakakaalam. Para kasi sa akin, konsensya at sariling values na yung pinakamalaking influence. Kahit walang ibang taong makakakita, alam mo pa rin sa sarili mo kung tama o mali yung ginagawa mo.